Here we are again. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. So, like I said, I'm not the best reader, but I'm practicing, so this is a good thing for me. It is on page 28 that we're on, and this is the book I'm in. Okay. I got out a shovel out of the garage and I found a pretty good place in the front yard that looked like a good spot to dig. But before I could even get started, Mom came outside and asked me, "What are you up to?" I told Mom I was just digging a hole, but of course she didn't like that idea. So she came up with about 20 reasons why I was not allowed to do it. Mom told me it was dangerous to dig a hole in the yard because there was underground electrical lines and sewage pipes and stuff, and made me promise up and down that I would not dig any more holes in the yard. So I promised. Mom went inside, but then she kept watching me outside the window. I knew I was going to have my shovel, or I knew she was going to take my shovel, and I was going to go dig another, or she knew I was going to take my shovel and go dig a hole somewhere else. So I ended up over at the Rollies' house. I haven't been going over to the Rollies much lately because most of all, Fregley has been spending a lot of time in his front yard, and sure enough, that's where he was today. Does this scab smell funny to you? My new straggly friend Fregley is to just avoid eye contact and my new strategy with Fregley is to avoid eye contact and just keep walking, and it seemed to do the trick today. When I got, there's some other kid had a pee in here or something because a pee just rolled out of here. This must have been from the previous owner or some kind of little rock or something. Oh, it's a fish rock. Kids these days. Okay, sorry. Back to the book. Okay. When I got over to Rolly's house, I told him my idea and how the two of us would practically be ninjas if we stuck to this whole jumping program idea that I had planned out. Remember in the book before that this kid was able to jump 6 feet high because he dug a hole in the ground? That's where this is coming from. You can look at my previous videos if you want to catch up on this. Okay. But Rolly did not seem so hot on the idea. He said that his parents might get mad if we dug a 10-foot hole in his front yard without asking them. So he was going to have to get their permission first. Now, if there was one thing I know about Rolly's parents, is that they never like my ideas. I told Rolly that we should just cover the hole up with a tarp or a blanket or something and put leaves on top of it, and his folks would never find out. That seemed to convince him. Dad falling in the hole. Okay, so I admit to Rolly's parents might eventually find out, but that wouldn't be for at least 3 or 4 months as the dad is mowing the lawn. That's terrible. Oh my gosh. I'd beat a kid. Spank their bums. Shame on you. Little naughties. Okay, not I really wouldn't beat a kid, but I would spank their booties and put them on timeout. Okay. Me and Rolly found a good sport in the front yard and started digging holes, but we ran into the problem right away. The ground was pretty much frozen solid, and we could hardly even make a dent in it. Clunk. I spent a few days trying to dig before I handed the shovel over to the Rollies. He didn't even make any progress either, but I gave him an extra long term so he would feel like he was contributing to the progress dig as him sipping my cup. That sounds good right now. I need water. Hold on. Let me get a drink real quick. I just got done eating eggs. So I'm kind of thirsty. Okay. I should do the trick. Alright. Rolly got a bit further than I did, but when it started to get dark out, he gave up. I guess we'll have another crack at this tomorrow. Sunday, crack egg. Okay, sorry, you cracked me up like an egg. Okay, my bad. Sorry. Well, I thought about it a lot over the night and realized that at the rate that Rolly and I were going, this was going to end up, we were going to be in college before this is 10 feet deep. So I came up with a totally different idea for what we could do. I remembered this thing I saw on TV where scientists made a time capsule and filled it with a bunch of stuff like newspapers and DVDs and things like that. And the scientists buried their time capsule in the ground. And the idea was that for a few hundred years, someone would come along and dig it up and learn how the people in our time used to live. I told Rolly about my idea, and he seemed pretty enthusiastic about it. Mostly, I think it is just, I think he is just glad that we aren't going to spend the next few years digging a hole. This would be a lot easier if they used proper grammar. Sorry. Okay. I asked Rolly to donate some ideas to put in the time capsule, and that's when he got cold feet. I told Rolly that if he put some of his Christmas presents in the capsule, people in the future would get some really cool stuff as they open the box. Rolly told me it wasn't fair because I wasn't putting any of my Christmas presents in the capsule, so I had to explain to the people in the future would think that we were really lame if they opened a box and it was filled full of clothes and books. Then I told Rolly I'd throw $3 of my own money to prove I was making sacrifices too. Then it seemed to be enough to convince him to fork over one of his new video games and a couple other things. I actually had a secret plan that I wasn't going to let Rolly in on. I knew that putting the cash in the time capsule was a smart move because the money is going to be worth a lot more in $3 in the future. So hopefully whoever finds this capsule will travel back in time and reward me for making them rich. For you, kind sir. Alright, well, that's where we're going to stop today because I got to do my tarot card readings. We are leaving off on page 36. If you like my channel, like and subscribe. If you've already subscribed to my channel, thank you. I appreciate you very much. And to my kids, I love you very much. Bye.